gonna try to actually look at you, so it's like the Brady Bunch when you talk. I'm gonna try to look at David. I'm gonna do my best. It's hard
Is so
because I don't
funny.
know where you are in real life.
Hey, should I adjust my camera, or is that?
No, I think he's already adjusted it for you.
Yeah,
so.
No, I'm
no.
like.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
You look good.
Because Skype boxes it out, so yeah, it'll on the show it'll crop it out for you. We're good.
Please enjoy.
That was 10 seconds ago.
Sure.
All right. So Mark's is ready. So let's do this, right?
Oh yeah.
David, you good?
Oh yeah. And just 2 seconds here. Just.
You have as good as a voice as David. You guys
That's-
must
Well, I was trying to do our
That's-
theme music, but I can't remember what it sounds like.
Okay. Ready, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm switching over, and here we go. Hello and welcome to X1 Bros. This is podcast number 4. This is the podcast that is all Xbox One, all time Xbox One. We heart you. As always, I am joined by the man whose skin is as soft as a baby's bottom, Mr. Spicy Man, Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
You got to use the conditioner for the hair, and you got to use the ointments for the hands. But that's how you get that skin so silky smooth, my friend. It's good to be here, David.
It is.
This is no tech difficulties this week. That's our goal.
Let's
So.
keep our fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. So we've already had
David.
our fair share. We are also joined by the man that's so manly he makes you feel like a girl when you're in his presence. Rad like my dad, Mark Ashley.
How's it going?
And he's Batman. He's the guy in the Batman mask, for those of you who are watching the podcast.
Yeah, I'm doing great, by the way.
Good. Man, a few words.
I can't take him. I can't take him serious with that mask on.
Swear to me.
Ask why I'm doing great.
Why? Why are you doing great?
Why? Yeah.
Because I'm Batman.
Awesome. And also, once again with us, it's not Godzilla, but Japanese people run from him anyways. Jordan the man, Jordan Paskett.
Hi.
Hi, Jordan. Always so little words from Jordan, but
I know fewer words than Batman.
I know, but Godzilla, man. Godzilla doesn't speak.
I'm
All
so
right.
excited
Well, we've
about
got a good show, everyone. Thank you for joining us. For those of you that joined us on the Couchcast yesterday, awesome. It was awesome. We played Lego Marvel Superheroes, and it was a good time. And for those of you in the live stream watching us, welcome, and thanks for joining us. And with that, let's get right into it. Jordan, what is the news for Xbox One this week?
This week on the news. First things first, Titanfall update. Biggest change in this update is private matches.
Yes!
You can do a private match with 2 to 12 players, and to ease everybody's minds, the private matches will still be held on the cloud servers, so they will still have dedicated servers on the private matches, which is nice.
Awesome.
Also,
Awesome.
patch also includes menu changes, party app shortcut. The Gooser challenge has been reduced from 50 pilot ejecting kills to 5, and there has been some scoring changes. So, and for all other patch notes, you can just go to Titanfall.com, or I'm sure we'll have it in the show notes. But the scoring changes, there's quite a bit of it, so go read them and check them out.
Cool.
So, other news, Xbox One future updates have been announced this week. The friend notifications will be coming. They will be improving DVR quality. And then there will also be a silent reboot function added to the Xbox as well.
And it's about time.
And also on the Xbox One this week, actually, YouTube has been updated. You can now upload your YouTube video or your videos from Xbox directly to YouTube. All you do is go into YouTube, sign into your profile, and just hit the new upload icon that they have in the right sidebar. And then also along those lines, the Xbox 360 has a GoPro app, which allows users to stream and create. So that's new on the Xbox 360 this week.
Oh, cool.
And now into games. David Buckley, composer for Call of Duty Ghosts, has signed on to write the music for Batman Arkham Knight,
Oh,
Awesome.
wow.
which is very cool.
That
We
is
all
cool.
love good music in games.
Hey,
And I love Batman.
and
so-
Batman's joining us with this podcast, so how
He's
fitting.
right, he's right there.
Other news in games.
Wait,
The
wait,
Long
wait.
Beach Circuit.
What? So, Forza gets the Long Beach.
Yeah,
circuit,
Forza,
that's what you said.
and
Okay.
it's free for all players, so that's good news. Also,
cool.
in
Yeah.
games, another one that hits close to me because I love this game, Magic 2015 is coming to Xbox One.
Planeswalker 2015.
Yeah, Planeswalkers 2015
Is that the same
Oh,
one that
cool.
was on the 360?
Well, it's the updated version, so yeah.
Like a sequel, or
Well,
is it
'cause they
like
had
the
Magic-
HD version?
No, it's a
no,
sequel. Yeah, it's a sequel.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
sequel. So, and in other news, and I would like to talk more about this one in the discussion segment, but Peter Molyneux, we all know him. He's the creator of Fable, and
Is it
really-
Molyneux or Molyneux?
is it Molyneux? I don't know.
Because
I don't
that,
know how
you
to
know,
read. I
that's
think it's. Let's go with Molyneux.
it's
So anyway, he's the creator of Fable. He was in charge of Lionhead Studios until he quit, but he came out with a quote this week that I found very interesting, and I would like to talk more about it later. But he says, and I quote, "Expects Xbox One will get rid of Kinect because..." Or no, sorry. Let me redo that. Peter Molyneux, he expects Xbox One will get rid of Kinect because, and I quote, "feels more and more like a joke," unquote.
Hashtag douchebag.
Yes, and I would like to talk about that later. But anyway,
Okay, we will. We're
that's it for the
definitely
news
going
this week. And yeah, back to you, David.
Yeah, go over the weather. Time for sports. Awesome. No,
I could not write down those notes fast enough because I want to talk about a lot of points. So
That's
Yeah.
all right, I got them all written
Maybe
down
can
on
I-
my-
Oh my God,
can
was
I,
trying to type the notes.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I guess I can't.
Can I start it off here just with I really wanted to talk about the updates to Titanfall. Mark Ashley and I jumped on Titanfall this morning, and one of the coolest updates, which you guys will appreciate, that we noticed is while we were playing, both on the mini map and then when you look at the person and it says their username above their their gamer tag, are green. So your team is blue. If anyone's in your party, you pop up as green, both on the mini map and as your gamer tag. And let me tell you, you don't think that makes a huge difference. It made a huge difference. At the entire time, I could see exactly where Mark was on the map because he was in my party. It was awesome.
Kind of like the old, well, not old, but the Battlefield system where your squad was always in green, so you always
Yeah.
knew where they were at.
Yeah.
Is there
Okay.
like squad chat? Because Battlefield has like the chat system up like that.
I
You know?
I don't know. We were in
don't know.
party, yeah.
Yeah, we just play party anyway. Yeah. Okay.
I
Well,
don't think it
I've
was
noticed-
awesome though.
You didn't like it?
No, because David was trying to steal all my kills.
Oh. Trying to. I did a couple of times.
He
You
can't
did.
steal your kills. He's just hanging back where by the flag. He just camps it
He was
out.
he was waiting for me to die, and then he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. No, what did you think though, Mark, as we went through that? I loved it. I thought it was
No,
great.
I really like it. I think it was great.
Yeah, what something so simple but makes such a huge difference. I
Yeah,
really
and
appreciated
It
that.
was noticeable right away too. You're like, "Oh, there
Yeah.
you are.
Oh, hey, green.
That's
Who's
cool.
the green guy?
Yeah, who's the green guy? Oh, it's you."
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Cool beans.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I also wanted to note, I'm excited that the 50 eject pilot thing
Yeah.
is now 5 because I'm not there yet. Obviously, I'm not where you are, Mark. Okay, I'm not prestiging or going into generations as fast as everyone else.
I wish they
Okay.
changed the satchel charge one because that's 50 and that one's a pain.
Little interesting fact about that. So I think it's from it's either generation 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 that you need to complete that challenge. Players that already did complete it, they said something to the effect that they will be remembered in a later update. Maybe they'll give them like a little, basically, if you completed it at 50, yeah, they might give you like a different little hashtag or a little symbol you can put on your
Their
tab
name
or
will be on a
whatever.
wall somewhere.
But they didn't say anything other than
remembered.
they didn't, release any details. But they did say that the players that did that will be remembered.
Yeah.
for-
So Jordan, as you were going through the news story for, what do you think the best update was for? I don't want to stay on Titanfall too long, but just real quick before we move on, what do you think what stood out to you as being the best part of this update?
for Titanfall.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the menu changes and I like the scoring changes. They really went
what
in depth
was
on
the scoring changes exactly?
So this is, you might not like this, but on like for example, hardport domination,
Okay.
you get a lot more. They've revamped it to where yes, defending is important, and you get points for defending, but you'll get a lot more points for going and capturing.
No, I like that. I think that's better because you can. And you don't even have to really defend. If you hid, it's such a big area that counted as defense that you got points. That's excellent. I like that a lot.
So that was reduced a bit, and then gaining capture points was increased, and then just different scoring changes throughout the attrition, or was it capture the flag and all that. I like the new scoring changes.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
So they're pretty
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, and then the party app shortcut. Everybody likes that. So
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah,
just
that
basically
is
you can
nice.
hit left trigger and it'll pull up your party on
Who
that.
doesn't like?
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, for easy invites.
Oh.
And who doesn't like easy invites?
I love
I
all
love
things
easy
easy.
things,
All
so.
things easy.
No, but I
Things
think my
easy.
favorite is the scoring changes. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. So, Mark Haywood, anything in the news that stood out to you?
As far as I was trying to do the notes. I mean, holy cow.
And then when we say
yes,
rapid fire, we mean
yes,
rapid fire.
I know you mean rapid fire. I have said this in previous shows. You're gonna hear it again. Friend notification.
Oh,
First
Heck
one on
yes.
the list.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. I don't have the preview update. It's not live
Yeah.
across all boxes
Oh.
yet, right?
No, just the previews.
yeah.
Do we know when it's coming to me, to a theater near me soon, so I can bask in the glory of a freaking friend notification?
I don't know if there's a specific release date, but I know they do it in waves.
Okay.
So, for example, like last time, I got screwed over again. David, you three all got the like party update at like
The
7 in the
update.
morning, and I didn't get it until like 1 o'clock at night that night. So
They're
Yeah.
fixing. Oh man,
Well, so I was sitting
fixing
watching,
stuff.
just right before the show, I was sitting watching The Walking Dead on my Xbox One, streaming through my PC to my Xbox One, and as I'm sitting there, boop, Hexbox Kahobi is online. Boop, Mark Ashley's watching Netflix, and it's great. It's back,
really
baby.
nice.
It's back.
Yeah.
Just so our listeners know how awesome my gamer tag is, you brought that up, David.
Yeah,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
follow up with
Go
that.
ahead.
That's me. So I'm no longer Mr. McSpicy on my gamer tag. My gamer tag is Hexbox Cohob. And that is just a troll on when people say my name, because I obviously killed them. You know, it was a headshot.
Yeah, obviously.
And they're going,
Yeah.
hey, Hexbox Cohob just killed me. Boop. And then the Kinect take them to the main screen.
And it works. We've tested it.
It's awesome. It was well worth the $9.99 to change my gamer tag. So,
Yeah.
so that Kinect is a glorious, glorious thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. So
The
I'm
only
glad...
weird.
Oh, go for it, Mark.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just
Oh.
saying, I'm glad for the notification. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weird part about that is now I just keep thinking someone wants me to join a party every time that thing pops up. And I'm
Oh.
like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
people
yeah.
coming online.
Do you have to hold? Like, do you have to hold press it to do anything? Like, let's say, because like in the
Yeah.
in
It's
the,
kinda like
the
joining a game.
360 Okay, because in the 360, all you had to do is press the jewel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
that's what you do again.
Same.
Yeah,
And it'll
You
pop
just
up.
press the jewel, because if I join a party, I have to hold press it.
'Cause it
Oh, no,
pops
you
up,
hold- you have
your
to
name
hold
pops up
press it.
Just like a
Yeah,
party
it's
chat
the
pop-up
same. You
does.
have to hold press it the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
but you only have to hold it for like half a second.
I
almost,
know,
right?
but it always turns off my controller. So I wish I could just press it once. That's all I want.
So, Mark Ashley, anything in the news there that stood out to you?
I was actually, this is different news that I found, and you guys might like this. So, Jordan, have you played Halo Reach?
Yes.
And has he played Halo Reach?
Halo.
Oh man, Halo's his
come
favorite.
on.
He
That
is
is
a
a-
Halo
They're all
freak.
sitting over there right now.
So I got a lot on my mind as Batman, so I was just kind of losing it for a second. Okay, so I was looking it up, and Destiny, the new game Destiny, Destiny. Okay, they say that it is more or less, or every location is more or less the size of Halo Reach.
I saw that. Yeah,
Huh.
I saw that.
So I never
Awesome.
played Halo Reach.
Yeah.
What
How
would
big is it?
Jordan explain what would that mean to someone like myself?
And when they say every location, what does that mean?
Is more or less the same size? I didn't see. Is that what they said?
Yeah,
It's more or less
They said it's the
size
same
as Halo Reach?
size as Halo Reach. So
Yeah,
is
every
that-
location.
So Halo Reach was done in levels, right? Like level 1, level 2,
Yeah,
level 3. It's not like, Grand Theft Auto huge, but it's not, small. It's a linear game, so it guides you through the level. Whereas I thought Destiny was going to be a little bit more, not necessarily open world, but
Well, I don't know if they're talking about open world. I think they're just talking about map size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
like
yeah,
in multiplayer or in campaign.
Well, isn't Destiny? It's all kind of one.
I think it's different locations. So it says it takes you to the moon, to Mars, to
Yeah, yeah,
Venus.
yeah. And
So
I'm actually
different
really excited.
planets, I guess.
Yeah, they were good sized levels. I mean, you had your short levels and you had your big levels. I didn't think there were anything like. I mean, I beat it in 5 hours. So what does that tell you?
Now, okay, let's compare to something more recent, like a typical Titanfall map. Bigger, smaller?
Oh, I'm sure it's larger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
gotta
gotta
be,
be bigger
right?
than that because those are multiplayer maps.
Well, how was Halo Reach maps compared
Yeah,
to those?
link
though?
that article, Mark, so we can see it, because that seems a little ambiguous.
Ambiguous?
Big word
Ambiguous?
incoming.
Ambiguous?
Yes, that term seems very ambiguous.
And we'll link it in the show notes too, so everyone could check that out over at x1bros.com. Awesome. Well, that's good to know. I'm actually excited for Destiny. Destiny, they've gone into it, but without going into it. I'm sure E3, there's going to be a big unveiling of Destiny, what exactly it's about, how, a walkthrough type of gameplay with
Yeah.
it. So that's exciting. But
Oh, okay. I kind of get what they're saying.
as
Yeah,
Jordan?
I think it'll be a good sized game.
So what are they saying then? Translate for all of
So
us.
it's Bungie software engineer Christian whatever
This
has-
back.
has revealed that each major location in the forthcoming Destiny is, quote, more or less the same size, unquote, as an entire game, Halo Reach to be specific.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Huh.
So it just sounds like yeah, I mean, Halo Reach wasn't, the biggest game I've ever played, but it wasn't the smallest by far. So I
Yeah.
mean, Halo Reach was a good size
On a
game.
side note, right next to Batman, when he moves his head to his right, there's a sweet ass Ninja Turtle sitting right there.
And there's one right behind your head too, David. I think they're the same one. I think it's Raph.
Oh yeah, but mine isn't a action figure. That is
It's
awesome.
Michelangelo.
Oh,
Eh,
is it Mikey? Okay, sorry.
anyways, for
I
those of
can't
you,
tell. I'm
For-
Is it-
colorblind.
Yeah,
If
wrap
you
it
hurt
up.
his feelings.
yeah. Anyways, okay. Jordan the man, you wanted to talk about Mr. Molyneux.
Yes. Okay. I don't think he's a jerk or anything. He's really
Hashtag
passionate about what-
douchebag.
Yeah, he's really passionate about what he does. So I mean, I like him for that. But I find it funny that he says, and I quote, "feels more and more like a joke," because
Yeah, what a hypocrite.
yeah,
He was the guy
first of
selling
all-
us the original Kinect, wasn't he?
First of all, yeah, the Kinect 2.0, which is what we have on the Xbox One here, is, and I think we can all agree, 10 times better than the original Kinect.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
original Clank
way
is a
better.
joke,
I mean,
in my
leaps and
opinion.
bounds better.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think
IMHO.
universally we can.
Oh yeah, no
agree,
doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is coming from the guy who was all for the original Kinect, pushing Fable: The Journey and Project Milo. Wow, that game was weird.
The weirdo robot kid.
Yeah, Project Milo, where he talked to you, and I remember he used to say, "This is the Kinect. Just it brings life to the living room." He'd make weird quotes like that, right?
That's
Like he was
that's
all
such a
for
good
the
impression.
Kinect. He was
Okay.
all for the Kinect, and then just now all of a sudden this quote, like you can't.
What's the quote again? Say the quote.
The
Yeah,
quote
recap.
is, quote, feels more, or he said Xbox One will get rid of Kinect because, quote, feels more and more like a joke, unquote.
When
And I just want to...
Hold on. It feels more like a joke because I've said this in past shows. The Kinect is awesome when it's not being used for video games.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, when
Kinect-
it's used as a peripheral,
It is
not as a main source,
amazing.
it works perfectly.
I
Like
mean,
with your
it's
voice.
just that 30-second. Xbox record that. I think I'm gonna record that right now. I got my Xbox on behind me. That is one of the coolest features. And then you can go in. You don't have to disturb anybody when you walk in, and it signs in for you. Let's say like David, Tiffany's watching. I don't know, something. I don't know what she watches, but you come in and it signs in for you. You can do stuff. You can multitask. And I absolutely hated the first Kinect. I thought it was a joke. Even before I bought the Xbox One, I've had this discussion with you guys a lot. I did not want to buy a system for an extra $100 because of the Kinect. Why are they forcing me to have that? You know?
That was the big argument.
Yeah.
Between a lot
But
of people.
now
I
having
gotta
had
tell
it,
you,
yeah.
Now that I have it, it is freaking awesome. You do stuff that you don't even want to press buttons in. You can do pretty much.
I've become so lazy. I don't remember the last time I've pressed the jewel button to turn off my Xbox.
Yeah, either have I. I walk out the room. Xbox, turn on.
No, and it's funny you guys mentioned that because the second quote on this article from Cold Fusion 167, he says, "I'm going to be totally honest and say that I love my Kinect, not so much for actual gaming, but when the remote is across the room and I want to mute the TV or do something like that, I definitely use the Kinect."
Yeah, it is.
And he says it would be a mistake for Microsoft to release the Xbox One Kinectless.
Oh yeah,
And
they're not going to. They're not going to. I think it would be retarded for them to because everyone is on this system, so they can use it exactly the same. They don't have to tweak anything, change it, and I think it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah,
So.
and like you guys said, it's not necessarily so much for gaming, but when we go over to David's house, Xbox, go to TV, Xbox, go to Titanfall, it's so easy and nice.
Well, and then like
Xbox, go
if
to
you're
Netflix, you know what I
you're
mean?
streaming on Twitch, it automatically can record
Xbox
you on
Broadcast.
there. It's just so many the benefits outweigh the stuff we don't like about it, right?
It's
So-
fantastic. Yeah.
So don't get me wrong. I mean, I like Peter Molyneux. I like him because he's really passionate about what he does. So
But
it's
that
really,
just seems like an ignorant comment.
yeah,
in my
and
opinion.
see,
Well,
and I don't,
I-
he did leave Lionhead Studios a while ago, which
Yeah.
was owned by Microsoft. So I don't know if
He
he's saying that
probably
because-
has an
I don't know,
agenda,
you know.
and he had a falling out. Now he has this agenda,
And he's only played Kinect Rivals.
and I'm not
so
gonna lie, he's not
he
my
hasn't used
favorite.
it to change channels or anything.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie,
And
he's not my
another
favorite
quote
person.
Was in their defense, I guess another quote was, "I guess TV isn't necessarily as popular over in Europe as it is here, but even without using your it's still a good piece of hardware, the Kinect, and it's only getting better. I mean, we got Kinect updates coming, so
Yeah, that's hashtag douchebag, Peter
but
Molyneux.
anyway,
And
I
Peter,
don't
if you're listening to this, you
Send
want to.
your hate mail to
Yeah,
David and
yeah. If you're listening to this and you want to have a debate about it, I would be happy to debate you.
come on the show.
Come on the
yeah.
show. We would love to have you, and I'll say this to your face on Skype. All right. Well, with that, let's go to
Well,
the.
no,
oh.
I have more news.
Oh,
That's what-
sorry. Whoa. Whoop. Hold
And
on.
it's not necessarily news. It's just something cool. So
Oh.
I'll link you the article. But this is this is our friend Phil Spencer. This has to deal with him. But
Phil.
I read an article where there was the Sony. His name's. Oh man, it's Japanese. Here you go. It's Shuhei Yoshida. He's the Sony Worldwide Studios executive, or he's an executive. He's a big guy in Sony.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
he
I saw
said-
this. I think I saw this. Go ahead.
Yeah, he said in a tweet, speaking about Phil Spencer being promoted to be in charge of the Xbox. He says it proves Microsoft is smart. He's the
Ooh.
most human guy
Yeah,
there.
in their company. They said in their company, he's the most human guy. Yeah, he's. I mean, look at just in the last. When was he announced? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Just in the last 2 weeks. How many updates have we had? How many announcements have we had? And granted, those things might have been planned before, But
because of packs and such.
yeah, but
Well,
it's still
but no,
happening.
But see, look how cool this guy is. Have you guys gone to his Twitter feed ever?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I see
oh,
it all
yeah.
the time. His conversations are with everybody. He
Yeah.
has, I mean, he talked about us, so pop that collar. But he is a guy. He's a gamer, and anyways,
Well,
I
for
just
your-
saw. Yeah, go for it.
For your main competition to come out and say that, you know, this company is smart for putting this guy here, that tells you a lot right there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it means even the guys from Sony like him.
Yeah.
I know. They're competing. They're like,
Yeah. So,
that's
Well,
awesome.
the Japanese translation was, "Oh crap, we're in trouble."
Is that right?
I took a little
Alright.
Japanese.
Not only is he Canadian, he speaks Japanese. So there you go, red like my dad, and he's Batman.
And with
Yeah,
that,
that should be it.
let's.
And there's a lot of pack. I should mention in the podcast. PAX is going on right now, so next week we should probably have a lot more news with that.
Oh, yeah.
We're only into it a couple hours, or maybe
but
12
day
hours
two-
or so.
Oh
Yeah.
no, so yeah, day one.
We're still day one as of this podcast. So there has been news regarding that, but we kind of want to digest it all and get you the good stuff soon. So, yeah. Anyways, I've been following. I don't know if you guys have been following.
Yeah, I was
a lot of
watching it on Twitch earlier, the live stream. So
Yeah. So we'll get you all the goods next week. But
all the goody
yeah.
goods.
That's enough, the both of you.
And with that, it's time to talk about what games we've been playing. That's right, that's this segment. And we start with the man whose skin is as smooth as a baby's bottom, Mark Haywood.
yes.
What have you been up to this week?
I started the week. Let's go through the week, okay?
Okay, let's go.
I started the week with Titanfall, and you guys haven't been on, or I haven't seen you on. There's been no notifications for me. So I've been going solo in that. I still enjoy that game. I find the parkour doesn't get old at all, and I've had that game for
yeah.
3 weeks, a month now. I don't know when it was released, but
Or
Um,
March something.
yeah. The parkour in that is, I don't even care about killing people half the time. I just want to get to cool places. And yeah. Anyway, so I started that at the beginning of the week. I didn't really change any of my setups. So no discussion there. But then I played a little bit of Hearthstone, and then I actually played some Arma 3 before this cast, Battle Royale style, which, by the way, I gotta say is an incredibly fun game. Jordan joined me during the week too. And David tried. He tried. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing this week. A little PC and a little Xbox One.
Nice. And how far are you on Titanfall, did you say?
Where's Rad Like My Dad now? I'm way behind him. So
He's like
I
a
think
37 generation 3.
I was only able to play for a couple hours. So
okay.
I probably up a couple levels since last time. I don't even. Oh, hold on. I have it on right behind me. I can.
No, just check it out
I'll bet-
live.
yeah.
Here we go.
To be continued. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I know you also you played Lego Marvel Superheroes.
right.
What was your impression? That was our Thursday couch cast. Everyone, if you guys happened to catch us on the couch playing that. But what was your impression of that game?
It was hard to follow. I felt like it was very Michael Bay.
Yeah.
I mean, comparatively, we played Thief the week before, and that game was a little. Even though we still had no idea what we were doing, there was still discussion involved. Whereas during Lego, the Lego series or the Lego Marvel that we played, it was hard to follow storyline. I'm a big guy in storyline, although I gotta say it's hard to give it a chance when we're looking at chat, when we're talking to each other, when we're all having dinner, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But Lego games are always fun, and we did notice that this game had a little bit of open world to it.
Yeah.
Which we figured out halfway through, and then we accidentally started another campaign on accident.
Yeah,
So-
awesome. So on the Xbox One, Titanfall, Generation 2, and Marvel Superheroes for Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood. Jordan, what about you? What were you up to this week?
I did a little Titanfall, and then I played Spartan Assault this week.
Oh, you purchased
Yeah.
Spartan Assault.
Yeah, it was $10.
$10. Nice. Wait.
Is that the one that's in like the overhead view?
Bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a twin stick shooter. So yeah, bird's eye view, twin stick shooter.
Yeah, wait. Now let me, because I know that this has been a source of contention for many who have purchased Spartan Assault on the Xbox One. You paid $10 for it. What is it on? If I wanted to purchase it, say on the tablet.
Like
Oh.
$1 right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
They probably
$1.99.
just dropped it like a week ago. or
It's
something.
$1.99. I think I'm gonna get that
Some,
right now.
yeah, something like that. And then on the Xbox, it's $10. But was it
But
worth?
the Xbox does have co-op, and from what I hear, the controls on the touchscreens aren't all that great.
Yeah,
I
I
think
have.
it's
I
kinda
have
hard
also
on
heard the
the
same
tablet.
thing. So Jordan, what? I almost bought that game myself. But I bought Peggle instead. What?
Good choice.
Yeah, thank you.
Sounds like
Hey, you know that's
that game.
that's me. That's a hardcore gamer. What were your what do you think of that game? Tell
I
us a
liked
little bit
man.
about it.
It was. I mean, it wasn't anything like fantastic, but I mean, I wasn't disappointed. It's just the cutscenes, I'll admit, were really good at the beginning of each level.
Okay.
It's just a little twin stick shooter that keeps you entertained for a couple hours before bed. So
Awesome.
I like those style of games. I
Yeah.
might have to take a look.
those top down view, bird's eye view, kind of like StarCraft or Diablo or what else was there? Games like that, any type of game like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and it feels good on the controller.
And did
Yeah.
you feel? Did it stay? I mean, you are a Halo man. Did it stay true to the Halo feel?
So it was the story's kind of weird. Like you're playing a simulation of previous missions that have happened,
Okay.
but the story takes place between Halo 3 and 4.
Oh, okay.
Basically, just kind of to give you a little insight in a couple characters. But I mean, yeah, the environments were pretty good. The art detail. It wasn't actually 343 Industries that made it. It was another company. I forget the name, but 343 Industries oversaw it basically.
Oh, okay. They kind
But,
of produced
I mean, it's
it,
just
so to speak.
it's your typical mobile game. It was fun to play a couple hours, and then yeah, that was it. So
Nice.
yeah, I like it.
Do you remember? This is nostalgia going back. Do you remember Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Super Nintendo? Did you guys ever play that?
I never played that. No, sorry.
No one know. Okay, never mind. Same style of game, twin stick shooters. Okay, whatever. Go back to the show. I wanted to talk about that game. That game was like my first. It was the first co-op game that I like. That was on the Super Nintendo that me and my buddy. The first couch cast ish. It's kind of couch co-op. But sorry, I derailed this whole conversation.
So,
Just go
Jordan,
back-
So Jordan, let me ask you this: for those who have, say, played all of the Halo games except for Spartan Assault, like Marks a lot in chat, would you recommend it to someone like that,
To like a hardcore Halo fan.
or just
Or
a
just
Halo
anybody.
fan? I don't want to
Okay, so
throw the
anybody-
yeah.
Any Halo fan in general.
For $10, was it worth your $10?
$10? Yeah, I guess $10 wasn't that. Maybe okay. If it was, maybe I don't know.
So
$10.
So,
Well, it's
so
just
this is-
because
listeners,
on-
this is
on
a
the-
hardcore Halo
it's just
player is
because-
saying maybe not. So
Well, it's just because on the tablet it's only $2. So how can you say, "Hey, come buy it for $10" when you can buy it for $2?
Yeah.
Because of,
So
because
the
of this
only
guy right here.
difference,
Yeah.
the only difference is it does feel good on the controller, whereas I've never played it on the phone or the tablet, but I hear it has issues. It
Alright.
does feel good on the controller. It does come with co-op. And that's it.
Okay, so all things being equal, if there were no tablet game, would you recommend this to someone?
Yeah,
$10.
I thought it was
So
fun.
it is
I
worth
think
the $10. Okay, I actually might pick that up. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
then we can play co-op. I thought it was fun. Like I said, I played it a few hours each night before bed. I was satisfied. It was good.
Awesome, cool. And last but not least, Batman. Mark Ashley, what have you been up to this week?
Titanfall, just a little bit. I've been really bad. I guess I played like 1 or 2 games and I've just been off, Do you really want to know where I'm at yet? No,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, 3rd generation, level 37 or something like that. But I'm going to be there for a while because you got to use the plasma railgun to kill 50 Titans and I've got like 12.
Yeah, and that is a I
And
mean,
so
well, that's a
it's gonna be
sniper.
a
I mean, Last
long
Titan, you got to
time.
play Last Titan, and you don't want to play that by yourself either. That's the thing.
Nope, because
Yeah.
it's not fun.
And you lose a lot, and it's
Yeah,
frustrating.
You need the crew.
So
with you, man.
we'll
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
do.
did it in like one match.
we'll get we'll
So
get
I'll have you sign in for me and do all the Titan things for
do
me.
all the achievements. He is our
Get all the
achievement whore.
achievements.
So
Yep. Yeah, that, and then of course Lego, right? To be honest, I'm not a big fan of Lego or like the Lego games.
You really not? Oh, why not? I mean, I
just
love them. Even though
Yeah, me
this one was
They-
even though I kind of talked bad about it, it's still a really cool game. And I
Yeah.
got to be Spider-Man, so
It is cool because you get to do all the characters, but I just get bored of it. I think I just, it's kind of one of those things where,
okay.
and also I don't like the camera of it. I don't know. I'm just a weirdo like that. I like to be able to like move around and see myself and stuff like that. It's just that's just how I am. I'm Batman.
And Batman's not in that game. Yeah.
Dang it.
So
Yeah, in my opinion, is it worth? Because I got it for $40, I believe, on sale on Amazon. I don't know if that's still the price.
That's cheaper, I think, isn't it?
Is it cheaper now? All right, so I got
Oh no,
screwed
no.
again.
Oh no, it's cheaper than the Hobbit that just came out.
Oh yeah, Lego Hobbit just came out.
Yeah, it's still new. This one came out in
That's true.
October, I think.
That's right. I played it in October, didn't I?
I gotta say, probably if you have kids, this is a great kids
Yeah.
game. It's like we talked about before. It's a gap bridger.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
do have fun. I have fun playing it.
And
with
a gender
my wife.
bridger.
Gender bridger. Yeah, exactly. Like I just said, with my wife, and she's not a gamer like me. She's kind of a Facebook gamer. She plays Candy Crush and those kind of games when she plays. And she's hardcore Pagel. Good purchase, David.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you.
Thank
But is it worth $40? It might be. It depends on your circumstances. So yeah, I have it right here. I'll play it again, and I'm gonna pop it in. The reason I bought it is so I could play it with my wife. So
For the
So we
amount
can
of
find-
characters you can unlock, I think it's a $40 worth game.
it is a game. Yeah, it's an unlock. If you like achievements, challenges, unlocking stuff, that is a gold mine.
Okay, so Mark, Ashley, what is the one thing that you like about Lego Marvel superheroes, and the one thing that you dislike about it?
Probably I don't know. What I didn't like about it was how like it was almost hard at times. And I'm like, am I really this bad at this?
Yeah,
Like,
kind of.
this is
You kind of think sometimes
really
like
bad at
little kids are supposed to play this. I can't even figure this out.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I first ran through it, and that was my second time running through it. And the first time I ran through it, it took me forever just to like find something, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I had to like look it up on YouTube just to figure out how to finish it. And I'm like, I am a loser.
I gotta tell
I
you,
am
Mark's
really
in
bad at
chat
this.
just said that you were in the Lego movie and you don't like it? Question mark. What are you talking about? So-
Batman in the Lego movie.
Oh,
That's
Good
funny.
Batman, yeah.
Yeah.
He's dressed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
for
true.
those listening, he's dressed up as Batman right now.
True.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
what
he
I mean
pointed
is-
that out.
Okay, I don't like the Marvel Lego then. I actually haven't played the Lego Batman.
Okay, and what was the thing that you really liked about Lego superheroes that made you play? I mean, you played it a second time, so.
I like how you can. Well, Iron Man is probably the coolest character that we unlocked up till then.
Yeah, he is cool.
Just because you can fly around, you can fly everywhere, and it's really cool how to do that. But
Sonic Boom, I love that.
although Hulk was cool too, watching Mark run through the streets knocking over cars was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that is sweet. Myself this week, I finally, you guys will be proud of me. I finally played Rise. I streamed it for
Yes.
those of you who had
Yay,
an
I
opportunity
watched
to
it.
watch me on Tuesday. And I have to say, having played it when it very first came out and had that experience, we got it with the Xbox. And then now having some chance to go through and play it months later, I would say my opinion of it has gone up. It's beautiful. It's fun. I love stabbing people through the throat. And it's repetitive in the respect that you're doing the same thing all the time, and that you're fighting people and they're coming at you, but it doesn't feel repetitive. And I don't know what, they just do a good job of making you feel like, at least the point that I'm at, that each level or each section that you're going through is just different enough to keep you going and wondering what's next. And that I really like about it. Not to mention, it's beautiful. It's probably the best looking game yet on the Xbox. And then it's a launch title too. So just excellent. I really like that game. I would recommend it to
Yeah, when I was
anyone
watching
that
you
wanted
stream,
to buy
man,
it.
I missed it so much. Just it is a really fun game. It really is.
Yeah.
I still, even when we all watched you apparently, David. You were there, so, even some of your kill scenes still, I was like, oh, and I've seen so many of them, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you picked him up, threw him, and then chopped his arm
Oh
off.
man! Or one guy, I remember like this giant Scottish dude I kicked in the chest and he burned in the fire behind him. That was so sweet. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's so pretty. I would say because Forza I think is still a real pretty game too.
Yeah,
but
Forza's also
it's pretty in a different aspect.
Cars are different. Yeah.
Cars are easy. I don't know if easier is the word to make them look like they do, but yeah, I think watching you play Rise, that was fun. That is a sexy looking game.
Yeah,
So.
and I have to say too, sorry, not that, it's not just the way it looks, but the way it sounds. I had it cranked up all the way and it's the sounds are really good from walking through the rain, and they just mix to chopping guys' heads off, to the fire going behind you as you're doing all of this. You know, it's really an immersive experience. You know, all together. I really like it. I like it a lot. So let me ask you this, actually. On that note of Rise, you guys all played it when it first came out as well. What at a 1 to 10 score, what would each of you give it? From what you've played, yeah. Mark Haywood.
I don't know. You might have to come back to me.
Okay,
I gotta
Jordan.
think about that.
1 to 10. 1 to 10. Anything over a 5. 5 is a C.
5 is a C. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would give it still I'd probably give it like a 7.5 to a 7.9.
Okay.
Just because it is a bit repetitive. Like replay value, you know what I mean?
Well, it's short. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
There's no getting around that. It is short. It's a short game altogether. I mean,
it's a fun game and I like it.
Mhm.
But I will admit it is a bit repetitive. Like for example, you had to wait 3 months to pick it up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So how about you, Mark Ashley?
I would probably, I don't know, an A minus.
Yeah.
A minus. What is that high for you?
So
I think it's like a 9.
So yeah, what
Wow.
number would you
How about
prescribe if
8.7?
Jordan gives
I
it?
don't
If
know,
Jordan
I don't
gives it a 7 to a
I would-
7.9.
I'd maybe give it like a B plus, A minus, to be honest. So like,
You liked it that much, huh?
yeah, I do like it, and I want to go play it again and play Legendary and just get my butt kicked with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark,
Is
back
there
to
any
you.
modes above Legendary, like NG+++ or anything like
No,
that?
I
or-
think that's
No,
the
I think
top.
it's like easy recruit and then legendary.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to give it a B minus, and I would translate that as a 7.2. maybe
Okay, so you and Jordan
6.9.
are like in the same boat.
Yeah, and that's just because it was. I mean, if I were to just base it on graphics, I mean it's awesome, and I love games that do the crunch, you know, the stabs, it immerses you in there. Like I love the Batman games. Speaking of Batman, you feel like Batman, and this you felt like a Roman soldier, and you were just every kill's.
Oh yeah, I feel like Maximus.
Blood splatters.
Like Maximus. Well, I think that's part of the reason what makes it so cool, because Rome is such a fun
Era.
concept.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myself, so I agree with both Jordan and Mark, 7 to 7.9. However, having gone back and played it now, I would actually give it a higher score. I think maybe, and I know it suffered from a lot of the criticisms, like it was too short of a game by critics when it first came out. But I think maybe it being a launch game on a new generation, all of, especially with critics, and how great it looked. Even in the trailers and the previews leading up to the launch, I think maybe critics were a little too harsh on it because and even myself, I think I was a little too harsh on it because now coming back and playing it, I'm loving it. I would probably give it around an 8.5.
Yeah.
And I think I think it's
I
that
get
good.
that.
And in fact, I would say I would buy it at this point.
Full price $60 or
No, I would buy it what it is now. Isn't it 40 right now?
probably.
Yeah.
Or it was. I know it was on sale for 40. But yeah, I would definitely consider purchasing it. I like it that much. I think it's a lot of fun to go back to. I like it more than when I first played
No,
it.
it's
So.
it's still $60 at retail.
60.
Oh.
It went down in price for just a little while.
Oh,
I
it was
think
just like a
on the
weekend
Xbox,
sale type of
that
thing.
weekend
Oh,
sale.
okay.
they'll probably do it again.
Oh, okay. At
So,
$60, I think I would still recommend purchasing it. To be honest,
Yeah.
I really my rating of it has gone up having come back
Well,
and played it.
It's obviously a game you can go back to. Granted, it's only a 6 to 8 hour campaign.
Yeah, and there is
well,
DLC coming out, so that's exciting to see.
But if it's fun,
Yeah, exactly. If it's fun, it's fun.
My disappointment with it is like, I mean, I thought the story was okay. I mean, it wasn't anything great. My disappointment was all the DLC is multiplayer. I wish they would have threw in a couple extra, story missions as DLC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
could see that.
That was one of my disappointments.
I could see
Because, like
that.
you said, the campaign was really short.
is there no
Yeah.
DLC planned?
No, there is DLCs and you can buy a piece of season pass, but from what I understand, it's all multiplayer based.
Oh.
No story. That sucks.
And is there multiplayer now?
Yeah.
is it-
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. There was multiplayer.
Jordan and I
It
went
was
through
fun.
it. It
Yeah,
was
we
pretty
played a
fun.
little. It was
Yeah.
pretty fun. Playing with a friend. Doing little team kills, and what's cool is if you notice, you can see the details in the face as like you stab them through the neck. They're
Yeah.
screaming.
Their face is like.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm sitting there going,
Oh,
"Ooh,
Yeah.
nice."
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you guys then. If there was an arena and Marius Titus had to fight Batman, who would win?
Batman.
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 Meredith.
He's got gadgets, man.
Meredith
And he's
Titus.
a great detective.
Meredith Titus.
Even
Have
if-
you seen him
even
work
if
that
I'm
shield?
Batman?
Screw his.
Well, if you are,
Screw Batman's gadgets. Have you seen that shield that he busts out? Oh man.
and he's got like 70 guys that line up behind him
Dude,
to the side of him.
and he's
whenever
freaking
he-
buff.
Just judo.
Yeah.
Just judo. whatever.
That should be a new game that they have. Marius Titus versus Batman.
Anyways, with that, we are going on to our favorite segment, the discussion segment. And how do you guys like this as an intro to it? Oh yeah, that's right. It's time to discuss. We are going to discuss games. That's better than my singing, I figured, huh? That's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
Excited
is.
for this
Good
section
point.
tonight.
That's it. Okay, so with the discussion we talked about in the news, I wanted to just talk about this first. Well, first of all, did any of you guys have anything that you wanted to talk about specifically? Maybe we'll go through that. Jordan, how about you?
I do.
Go ahead.
Two things I want to talk about. First, Watch Dogs. I
Oh.
fell away from it for a while, but after
Back on the wagon, huh?
I'm back on
Me
the
too.
wagon.
Well, I am sort of. And
Oh
explain why,
man!
Jordan.
Oh man! I'm so excited. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so it came out when I was like 4 years old, and then it got delayed a
The
million
trailer
years.
came
Yeah,
out. The
just
trailer was
whatever,
announced.
yeah.
That's different
I
than
don't
it
know.
coming out, Jordan.
Yeah,
Let's be
what-
honest.
it was delayed so many times, but it's finally coming out in May. I think May 24th, right? Something like that. I don't know. But
27.
I've been watching videos on the graphics engine. I've been watching videos on the gameplay, on the map size. It looks cool. It gives me a Grand Theft Auto hacker feel.
Vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
get
love
that
Grand
too.
Theft Auto.
Really?
But it's a hacker. You're oh, it looks so cool. The multiplayer looks like a fun concept. I'm back on the wagon.
Really?
there.
Wow.
So, what videos did you watch? Because I watched one that was just designated to what the capabilities of the PC are. And
Yeah.
it blew.
PC, I mean, everybody knows this. As always, the PC will probably look the best because it's the most powerful out of all three systems. But there's a graphics engine on the PC, or there's just a video. Yeah, it was on the PC, but it just went through and explained like the different shadow techniques that they're using, the different physics that they're
Yeah.
using, all the different stuff, and it was really interesting.
Do you know? Did it show the rain? That's
Yep.
what I was.
Yeah.
The rain on the asphalt. Holy cow! That
Well, I
looked
just
cool.
love how like you're walking down the street and the wind's blowing, the trees are moving, the leaves are blowing across the street.
Really?
The flag. It's so cool. Like,
Well, so okay, so the only video that I've seen, and I don't know if Mark Ashley's in the same boat as me, but the only video I've seen is that first one.
I saw the second one.
the gameplay from like.
Yeah, the
two-
gameplay where he's on like it's the daytime and he's on a street and he goes down
and
like
he,
an alleyway
busts
into
out
a
this
club.
EMP thing with the
Yeah,
smoke, and
yeah.
everybody's like, oh, where's everybody at?
Yeah,
That was
that's the
cool.
only one that I've seen. So
Well,
this
they brought
one,
out one like a week ago, didn't they?
that's the one you guys are talking about.
Is that
I
the one you're
think-
talking
I saw
about?
the graphics one a couple days ago.
I saw the
Oh, okay,
graphics
so
one
there's a new
today.
one.
There was one on.
Okay.
I don't know if it was released today or not. I could look, but
There's like a
uh,
Chicago one that was like a week ago or something like that, right?
and they gave a date at the end.
Oh,
think
there's a date finally.
7th or something like that.
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
it's May 24th or something.
May
like that.
24th.
Oh,
I
that's
was
close.
ver-
Wow,
yeah,
that's
verified
close.
that.
I was expecting like after
They-
summer.
They did give a date.
Wow,
Which, you know,
finally,
We
finally.
don't know if that's true.
I
or
know
not.
that probably will change. So next year, right? That's what that means.
Yeah.
It
I
goes
see May
global on
27th.
May 27th
Yeah.
of 2020. Just kidding, 2014.
Awesome. Well,
Our kids
hey,
will
that
love that.
actually makes me excited because I was going to get that as my launch game. Remember, originally it was supposed to launch with the
Yeah.
Xbox. I was excited for it. Then it didn't, and Titanfall came out and all these other things, and now I kind of just lost interest because it got delayed.
Well, that's how
So
I
much,
was.
but-
Then after watching these videos, the past like
Aw.
the graphics engine, just all what the developers are saying about it, it looks cool,
Awesome. Awesome.
and I'm excited.
Cool beans. All right, what was your other point of topic that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, so I'm excited for the Division, but we can get into that later. But I'm really excited for it, and I started watching it last night at the Couchcast. The Crew.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
If that works how it's
Yeah,
supposed
that
to
looks
work,
cool.
we are gonna be awesome.
Well, I love
all of us are getting it.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna be
love the
awesome.
shot. I love the shot on the video where it shows like a car, and it shows like the gamer tag above the car with the guy's picture, right?
Yeah,
And then he's playing with like two of his buddies, and then it slowly zooms out to the entire nation of the U.S., and it shows just everybody online
exactly.
driving around places.
But
Yeah,
what's
that
gonna
looks
be
really
awesome
cool.
is I'll be in New York, Mark, you guys will be in Miami, David will be in California, and it'll be like, guys, we gotta meet in Manhattan. There's a rival crew challenging us.
On my way, on my way. I got a 4-hour drive. Here I come. I actually was listening to a guy that got to play 10 hours worth of gameplay on the Crew this week, and he said that it's not it's like halfway between simulation and it's like Forza, a mix of Forza and Burnout Paradise. So it's not quite simulation and it's not quite arcade racer. He said he went from Detroit to Miami and it took him 4 hours to drive there from there. So that is awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm on my way. I'll be there in 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean once you do it, I mean you can fast travel.
Have fast travel
But
things.
he said he wanted to test that out, and that's how long it took him. So
But
that's cool.
Then there's different, like, of course, there's like Miami is a city, so you'll want to use a a Ferrari or whatever, some street racing car. But then you can go up to like Mount Rushmore, and you're gonna want to use like a off-road truck to do those challenges and stuff. So they got variety. The map is huge. If it works how it's supposed to work, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh.
And I'm gonna buy it, and we can start a crew, and our subscribers can join our crew.
Followers.
Followers
Or,
can join our crew.
podcast listeners, yeah, for sure.
Nice, very nice. All right, Mark Ashley, anything of import that you had on your plate for the discussion hour?
Discussion. I saw that. What's the company that does the Dance Central and the Rock Band? They're thinking of
Oh, Harmonix.
Harmonix.
yeah, Harmonix. They're thinking of bringing it for Xbox One or the new consoles.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
an
how I feel
idea.
about that, actually. Yeah, I saw
think
that.
I feel that genre of games was kind of like a fad. You know what I mean?
I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I spent
Well,
so
no,
much...
don't get me wrong.
No,
It was
fun.
fun, but it felt like for a good 4 or 5 years, they were Guitar Hero and Rock Band were really big. And I mean, last time we played was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, almost.
And now you can't sell all your stuff.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I don't... but see, I spent money knowing that I wouldn't get anything back out of it because it was fun at the time. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'd get it. Would I play that again? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think I would.
I'm a huge music guy. I love music, but I think it ran its course for me. I don't know.
And the same with the Dance Central. I think Susie would like it. We got the Just Dance, and you guys were there when we played it. But it's kind of like you have to have a group of people to play. Otherwise, it's just not worth playing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely a party game. That's for sure. All those games are party games.
Yeah.
That said, if it's good, of course I'll buy it. So
Yeah.
it just depends. So there you go. Ding. All right.
Nice. And Mark Haywood, anything you wanted to hit on real quick?
No, I didn't realize that we were having this section be dedicated to this, or I would have.
Oh no, it's just
now.
no.
So,
This is
I
just
really wanted to talk
I just
about
Jordan really wanted to talk, so I said, oh, let's
And-
throw
and
it
the
out.
crew.
We're winging this, baby. We are winging this.
Off the cuff. Here
Those
we
two-
go.
those
All
are
right, so
the-
this week we actually had to kick off discussion hour. What's it's not an hour, but this segment. This segment, we got an email from someone, so I thought I'd read that for everyone. As you all know, that we do Couchcast, and he had a suggestion for our Couchcast. This comes from Vahe, so shout out to Vahe. Thank you for sending
Vahe.
the email.
Hey, Vahe. Vahe.
He says, "This is Vahe. and he puts
Oh,
in
hey, bye, hey,
yeah,
hey, hey,
and he
Hey,
puts in
bye.
parentheses number 11. So awesome.
Oh, number 11.
Yeah. This is Vahe, and I want you to know that I'm a huge fan of this podcast. Excellent reviews on an extremely wide variety of games. So props to us. Thank you. We love the ego stroke. He says, I do have a suggestion for you guys. For one of your upcoming Thursday game nights, you should have a FIFA 14 tournament. It's an extremely popular game and could help build a larger fan base much more quickly. Thanks for your time and keep up the good work, Vahe number 11. And I think that's a great idea. It'd be so much fun to have a... I haven't played a FIFA game, gosh, I'd say in like 2 years. And I used to be way into those
Yeah,
things.
me too. Do you remember FIFA Street? Dude, I
Oh,
love that
yeah,
game.
FIFA
that was
Street.
Hardcore, man.
Oh, yeah,
NBA
man.
Street, we played NBA Street.
Yeah, and NBA, that came out at the same time as NBA. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Dude, yeah,
I mean,
so
I'm
I don't know if
assuming
we will...
Player couch co-op, we can do that, right, on FIFA?
Oh,
We
yeah.
can go
Well,
one
we
versus
just
one,
go...
tournament style,
Yeah, we'll do a
correct?
tournament style with
okay.
brackets. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot
While
of
I'm
fun.
sitting there eating my hot dogs in the background, you guys can go at it.
Yeah. So I don't think we'll do that this Thursday, but maybe the following Thursday. We will, just because we have to set it up, but we will definitely do a FIFA 14 tournament. So there you go. That'll be fun. So thanks, Vahe. If any of you want to send us emails, it's info@x1bros.com. Info@x1bros.com. We appreciate them, and we'll read them over the air. And so moving on with our discussion, we mentioned earlier that Magic 2015 was announced. One of the big things that was, and get this, announced for the Xbox One and PC only, will not be coming to PlayStation this time around.
I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking
Neither
is
do
there
I.
with that necessarily, but if you are a Magic fan and have an Xbox One, yay for us. Better deck customization is their big thing, and I remember we had it on the Xbox 360, and that was my biggest concern. There really was no deck customization. It was you unlock
Yeah.
this deck and now you get it. And so
You
apparently,
can trade out a few cards here and there. but
yeah,
nothing
apparently
special.
in this new one, it's deck customization to the max, just like the real game, the real card game.
Oh, see, that'll be fun.
Yeah, which they were missing. This is my question, and this is primarily I want to target this to both Jordan and Mark, because
Which
you guys,
Mark? Mr. McSpicy or Red?
Mark Haywood, because you guys have played Hearthstone, Mark and I have not, and I was wondering. It seems like Magic is going all in. I mean, this is now going to be their main competition, Blizzard's Hearthstone.
For online, because Hearthstone doesn't have a physical game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For online, anyways. And it seems to me that Magic's going all in. They also sold their film rights to Fox, 21st Century Fox. So they're going to be making a movie's going to be coming out soon as well. So it seems to me So it seems to me they're really saying, hey, we've got competition, which is good for us. I mean, it's going to be a better product or more options for us that are into card games, especially on the computer or Xbox. But anyways, let's start maybe with you, Mark Haywood. What do you think? I mean, do you think that it could, especially having access to the Xbox One, that it can compete with Hearthstone? I know Hearthstone's got great reviews. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, I play it every day, and just to get, it's got that drive of like World of Warcraft, where you get these daily challenges, or Guild Wars, or whatever MMO you happen to play, and there's daily achievements, kind of a thing. They put that in there, and that's what kind of sucks me in for maybe 20-30 minutes every day. I love Hearthstone, and I played a lot of Magic. I would have to say I like Magic. I love Hearthstone.
Okay.
And the reason that is, and I thought I loved Magic, the reason that is I think the Hearthstone game, in my opinion, there may be some hardcore Magic guys that'll flame me later, but in my opinion, they removed they made the game the typical, you have creatures card game. Hearthstone made it simpler, I feel. I think it's more simple, but still very complicated and very strategy based. They removed they added balance as far as the mana system. I feel as though the mana system in Magic was more RNG based. It was more luck. This kind of balances it out. Granted, for those of you that haven't played the Hearthstone, whoever goes first, has one more magic per turn the entire game,
Mhm.
kind of, which, that could be an unbalancing effect. But what Blizzard did to balance that out is they gave it's called the coin, which is essentially 1 extra mana on turn 1, which it allows you to play creatures faster. So it kind of balances out, and decks kind of use that as a combo. You'll have to check it out.
So are you saying then that Magic would have to rework
Change their rules?
its
I don't
game,
know,
change
because-
their rules?
Because Magic is Magic.
Yeah.
They've been around for, 30 years?
Yeah, because it
91
seems
or
to me
two.
what they're doing from what I could read, it seems they know there's another big player in this
And so
realm.
they're trying to get
And so they're trying to keep, and I think being on the Xbox One gives them more access, maybe. But yeah, I just thought I wondered about you guys and what maybe you thought of that.
So I had to explain all that. I wanted to explain why I felt the way that I did. I think Magic is still a great game. I don't know if they're going to be able to. It may start dying off just because people will say, "Oh, cool," like people new to the card game kind of genre. They might say, "Okay, cool, I haven't played this one. I've only played Hearthstone," and then they'll go through all the complicated rules where you have 2 turns essentially, and then you can have counter spells in between. You have to turn all this stuff. There's not pretty animations. I'm sure there will be on the Magic series on the Xbox One, but I don't know. I have to say I'm a bigger fan of Hearthstone because I feel it's more balanced, and at this point it's prettier. I mean, the actual Magic card game that's been released for 9 years is hideous. It's very ugly as far as the user interface and everything. So that's my 2 cents. I think Hearthstone will win.
Okay,
bottom line.
Jordan, what do you think? Do you think Magic going after being on different consoles, being on the Xbox One, gives it an advantage, or do you tend to agree with Mark that doesn't matter?
No, I think it gives it. I mean, the more systems you're on, the more people will look at you, right? So I mean,
Yeah. What
so I
do you think it has to
does-
do specifically to compete?
well, I think they have to. I don't know. I mean, they're doing so. Here's my thing. So Hearthstone is really it's fun. I like it a lot. Me and Mark have played a few times, and I try to play Hearthstone when I can because it is fun and it's World of Warcraft and some of my favorite characters. So, but the thing
you
about
like
Magic,
the lore in that, yeah.
yeah.
The
Well,
lore is great.
I pretty much play World of Warcraft for the lore now. So, but the thing about Magic is it's the FNM they have. It's so fun to go down and play with your friends. And I know Hearthstone is new, so it's not really fair for me to say this. But Magic has a lot more cards. You can customize your decks with. But
Okay.
I mean, Hearthstone's new. They'll get to that point eventually. They'll come
Yeah.
out with different packs and stuff like that. And my only thing with Hearthstone, which I think Mark would agree, this would be really fun, and I'm sure they'll come out with it in a month or 2 or whenever. But if we can do 2 versus 2 or free for all, you know what I mean?
And Magic, even the one that we were on before, did have that option.
Yeah, it did have that 'cause
On the
it's part of the
360.
game. I mean, they call it's Two-Headed Giant. you can play,
2014,
and then
yeah.
They got free for all, which is fun. I don't think Magic will necessarily disappear. I think it might take a hit in maybe the coming year, maybe next year or end of this year,
Yeah.
because Hearthstone is growing in popularity. But I mean, you got people with Magic. It's been the only dominant card game since the 90s. I mean, you got
Yeah.
people.
Well,
when
not
I
the
go to-
only one, but it's the one that
The
survived.
the
Yeah, it's-
the
I mean,
one
it's
that
the
created
dominant-
all
it's-
the spin-offs of card
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
basically.
I mean, of course, there's Kaijudo and World of Warcraft and all these. different ones.
Yu-Gi-Oh! No, just
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
forget,
Pokemon. But
don't forget Pokemon. Yeah.
But when I go down to FNM every other week or so, when I get to go, there's people there that have cards that I've never seen before that have been playing from since '92 or '93. Just because it's fun. It's a cool atmosphere. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
No, I get
When
it.
you go down and you hang out, you grab the new place I go to has a coffee shop in there now. So you grab your hot chocolate. and you play.
It's every nerd's fantasy
Yeah.
come true.
So I don't think Hearthstone will destroy Magic. I think Magic does have to adapt.
I
and
do
they
think the
have to make
competition
their-
is good.
Yeah, yeah.
first
I
and
mean,
foremost, yeah.
when there's competition,
Yeah.
we're only going to get better product, right?
Yeah.
I do think, and it's not fair for me to say this, but Hearthstone, I feel like they need to come out with more cards and more game modes, which I think they will.
Today in PAX, they showed a new character you could play and 6
cool.
teaser cards.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah,
Really?
see,
So
so
it's
there
an
you go.
like
interesting
that.
character too.
And
Yeah,
that
so
will
they-
definitely be
And that,
developed.
I mean, they only just released
Let me pull Mark Ashley into this conversation. He has not, to my knowledge, anyways, played Hearthstone or Magic. Really, is that correct?
Not just that one time with the cards, but that was it.
Oh, okay. So if he's on the outside looking in. Let me ask you this: as someone that owns the Xbox One, from what you know about these card games, if say we were to buy Magic 2015 when it comes out on the Xbox One, could you see yourself getting into it, or does something like this not even interest you? Someone from the outside, because we know it appeals to the base, right? To its base, to people who have been in it for years, like Jordan said, right? But I'm wondering, does it appeal
like
to people like you, to people like you who have never played it before, who have never been into these card games?
When does it come out?
Later this year.
Yeah, just later this year. It was announced.
So
Match
So.
2015.
So in between Watch Dogs and Shadow of Mordor and Batman.
So basically, no, you're going to be playing other things, right?
I don't. Well, how much is it? If it's cheap, then maybe. If it's like
Yeah.
a $20 game.
So
I
it's
might get it,
basically,
but-
I mean, these games I think appeal to people who want the board game, card game experience on their console, the ease of getting together with friends over the interwebs, right? So for myself, I think Mark hits the key. It's hard to bring in new players. It's for people who have already been in Magic. I think what Magic has to do, and I thought this would be cool, if they can utilize the Kinect to where you can take a deck of cards that you bought and scan them in and then use them against your friends, that would be so sweet. And I think that's you have to do stuff like that to where you can play in real life, and then you can take that deck and play on the internet as well to compete. And I hope that's where they're going. I mean, they really focused on the customization of their deck in this announcement. So
I like that idea because I have my deck here that I use every Friday that I can't put into the game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Just
it'd be
run
so
it.
cool if, hey, let's
But-
use the Kinect and bloop, there we go.
I mean, I know
but
you'd
how
have
would they do that? Because
You'd
they
have
want
to
to
do something
monetize
with,
it.
like, QR code, because there'd be a lot of cheating going on.
Yeah.
Someone will counterfeit
Well,
cards,
either
so
way,
there'd
they
have to
would
be some
get
way they
their.
could fix it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could figure out a way to where they get their money either way, whether you buy it physically and then take it, or you buy it digitally and just leave it digitally. You know what I mean?
That would be awesome. Yeah, because the library that they have is
Oh, it's
massive.
huge.
Although
It's updated
half
every
the
year.
time you try to get the card, you spend a lot of money for that card, and then it gets outlawed in tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's too good.
That's the card you want because it's freaking unbalanced.
Yeah, right. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. I thought of you guys, and I just wanted to get your
Both games are fun, so
Yeah.
I love Hearthstone. I love Magic. So.
yeah, perspective on that. Next thing, we had a couple new games come out this week. And if I can remember what they are, I know I had them. Oh, here they are. So we of course had Kinect Sports Rivals come out.
I think we should do a shout out to Dimitri for playing that all.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah,
Channel on Twitch.
yeah. We were watching this guy on Twitch. The Lego Hobbit and Strike Suit Zero. Have you guys had a chance to look at Strike Suit Zero at all?
That one's already on Steam, isn't it?
I don't know if it's on Steam as well, but it came out on the Xbox One the same day as Lego Hobbit. And I was looking at people playing it and stuff, and people playing it on Twitch, and I have to say it looks pretty cool. Anyways, my question: have you guys not seen it? Basically, it's a space fighter. It reminds me of Starfox on steroids. Strike Suit Zero.
Right, Starfox.
I love Star.
Yeah, and when I was watching it, that's
Nostalgia
what
right there.
I was.
Stupid frog character.
Oh
He just got
man!
away.
Oh man!
Remember him? He's all, help me. There's a guy on my ass.
Help me! I'm going to die! Wah, 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 wah. And it was before there was speaking in game, so he was just like wah, 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 wah. Yeah.
You have to
In
read
the
it,
bottom,
it's all-
like.
But
right
no,
there.
I was telling Mark Ashley today, we were both on at the same time. I was like, "Have you seen this Strike Suit Zero? It looks sweet." So if you
Yeah,
guys
it's
get
on
a
Steam.
chance, look that up. But I was wondering, between those three games, the new games, which one would you definitely not buy? I think we can all agree. We'll all agree on that. And then which one would you buy? Mark Haywood, go ahead.
I want to get more of an idea of. See, I don't even. What's the name of that game? I haven't even heard anything on this.
Strike Suit Zero. It
Zero.
seems
I
to
have
have
to look
a cult following.
I'm gonna. So if it has a cult following, does it have a retro?
It's on Steam. It is on Steam.
Yeah, it is on Steam.
Okay, I'll have to come back to me.
Okay.
I don't Well, I don't know about the game, so I can't. You know what? I want to research it a lot more. I can absolutely say with 100% that I will not buy Kinect Rivals.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
game.
Okay.
is
Hey,
not
well,
my-
you're
It's not, but it's not my thing. I guess
okay. So you probably would buy Lego Hobbit then, right? Or no?
I do like I just bought. I'm 6 months late, but I just bought Lego Marvel. I've played a lot of. I've played a lot of the Lego series. All the Star Wars. They came out with Batman. I played that. They came out with Indiana Jones, and I just like them. They're just fun to play with other people. So
Yeah.
I'll rent it first, and then I'll buy it if I like it.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else. So.
Okay, Mark Ashley, how you had a chance? Did you have a chance to look at Strike Suit Zero? And when we were talking about it earlier.
I just watched the trailer really quick.
Yeah. So Strike Suit Zero.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, Hobbit, Lego Hobbit, and you're a big Hobbit guy. And Kinect Sports Rival. Which one would you definitely not buy and buy out of the games that came out this week?
Not Kinect Sports Rivals, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm busy looking at the Target ad. They have a buy two get one free for the Xbox One games this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think I would. How much is? Oh, it's only $20, right, for the
Yeah.
Strike Suit Zero.
Yeah, Strike Suit Zero is only
Suit
$20.
Zero.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to test it out.
So is it just like I'm looking at the trailer right now? Is it just like a dogfighting game?
Yeah,
Looks
space
like that.
space
like
fighting.
dogfighting
It
games.
looks
Yeah, that is
so.
kinda
It
cool.
reminds me of Star Fox on steroids, like I said. And Star
Yeah.
Fox, I think, is the last space fighter type of game that I really got into.
Enjoyed.
Yeah.
But Star Fox was more linear. you
Oh
know,
yeah,
this
yeah.
looks
I mean,
like-
well, this
looks
is like I said, Star Fox on steroids, the modern day Star
Yeah.
Fox. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay, and I like dogfighting games.
It
But
did-
the only problem with dogfighting games is
Mhm.
once you learn the mechanics, once you get it, they kind of feel repetitive a little bit.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
But like he turns into a you can, I don't know. It looks like
It's like a
mixed-
Transformer almost.
Yeah, Transformers. That's exactly what I was.
Yeah, when
I
he
was gonna
opens
say,
up,
so-
and I think that's like his
Yeah.
powerful cannons that
Well,
you know what I mean.
yeah, I'll look into this game. It looks interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
that it does. So Mark
long
Mark Ashley, you would not be interested in the Lego Hobbit game.
Well, like I said before, I'm not a big Lego fan right now. I guess
Really?
if I had kids, I'd be a Lego fan. But
Yeah,
no, yeah, I'd probably do the strike suit.
Strike.
to-
Yeah, cool.
And also the price is cooler.
Yeah.
$20
ever-
game. You can't go wrong with that, really.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever played any Lego games with your wife?
I'm not really good at playing games with my wife.
Let me guess.
Like a
Let me
personal
guess.
test.
If it's
Yeah, I
anything
haven't
like
played
it
for
is
a
at
while.
my house, if it's anything like it is at my house, it's like, hey, you're going the wrong way. No, don't stop. Ah!
It is like, yeah, I gotta say, like, yeah, Megan, my wife, she hits in the. It kind of makes it fun, but my cholesterol and my blood pressure all increase because she's hitting me and no one else, and I get it,
Yeah.
yeah. So.
That's when I go get a drink of water.
It's funny. Well, I was just gonna say because it does
But yeah,
bridge
yeah.
that gap a little bit.
And Jordan, how about you? Out of those three games, which one would you buy, do you think, and which one would you
Oh.
definitely not buy?
Well, I'll probably end up getting all three at some point.
Yeah, that's Jordan.
No, okay, well, I won't get Kinect Sports Rivals. Although Dimitri did make it look really fun.
Dude, you as long as I could take a puff from his cigarette after every goal that I saved. That's the only way I'm playing that game. Because that's literally what he did. Every time he saved a goal, he'd take a puff from his cigarette, which was awesome. I'm not saying it wasn't awesome, but made it very entertaining.
Anyway, so I probably won't get that one. I do really like the Lego games. They're fun. They're addicting because they got that, like we were saying earlier, that unlock. There's 50 plus characters to unlock, all different achievements and all that. But this Strike Suit Zero does look interesting. I did notice it's only single player, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with single player games.
No, yeah.
But,
Single player, there's not like a multiplayer.
well, I'm just looking on Steam. And
Yeah, no, it is only single player.
But,
So it's
which
like
is
it's like a campaign kind of a thing, or
yeah.
Okay.
So it does look cool, but I'm like Mark. I don't know much about it, so I'd probably
Well, I
just go
think
with
I
Lego Hobbit.
yeah, Lego Hobbit, cool.
I
think
mean, I do like the Lego games. They're fun and addicting. So.
Well, and Lego Hobbit does look really good. I was watching reviews on that
And I like Lord of the
earlier.
Rings.
But I think I would get Strike Suit Zero. I think really they're trying to play off of the top-rated game on PlayStation 4 right now is Resogun, which is kind of like this spacey shooting game, right? And so I think
is
really
this on PlayStation as well?
I don't know if this is on the PlayStation as well. I didn't look that much into it. All I know is it's on the Xbox One because that's what I have and that's what I care about. So yeah, I think I would definitely get that. Just I loved Starfox. That's what it reminded me of. Only cooler, so and more adult-like. So there I am. Moving on. Child of Light was at PAX. Have you guys seen those videos, by the way?
It does look cool.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna come over to your house and play it when you buy it.
Oh, I cannot wait for Child of Light.
While you're gone too, you'll be at work and we'll just sneak in.
Yeah, we'll be over. I got a key.
But as I was watching it, what I really love about it is the art. And to me, it's one of these games that illustrates how video games can be art, that they are artwork, right? In fact, so much so, I made my wife sit down with me, and I made her watch these videos, and I was like, don't you think this is artistic? Don't you think this is... And she was like, yeah, wow, that's really good, you know? You're right, video games are a form of art, it's a form of creativity, blah, blah, blah. So for those of you who have wives who think you're just wasting your time and there's nothing artistic about it, show them Child of Light. But it made me think of this question. On the Xbox, either the previous Xbox or this generation that's coming out, is there a game or was there a game that was your first experience with thinking of video games as art? I know that's maybe a deeper question, might take some thinking. And I was thinking earlier, what games did I think? And really for me, I think, and I know this is stupid, or maybe not stupid, but maybe typical, but Skyrim was one of those games that did it for me because of the detail in loading screens. They would have the stuff in the world, the weapons, yeah, stuff like that, and the detail that went into that, and how you could zoom up close to it, and then the stories from the books that you could pick up and read. I thought that was very artistic. I thought it was very creative.
Did you actually even read the books? Because some of those.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, I started out. I got to.
Your reading glasses, get your tea,
Yeah.
sit back in your masterpiece
Just,
theater
I'm
and
good.
just by the fireplace and just start reading that crap.
Yeah, so Skyrim was one for me. Rayman Legends on the current console is one for me. A platformer that I think is artistic with the music, way that it's done. But what about you guys? Is there anything on the Xbox One that you think is a game that you could say is artistic? I mean, all games are in their own right, but specifically, I mean, Child of Light is like that. But maybe we'll start. Jordan, you look like you've been thinking hard.
I know this is actually a hard question.
Well, no, it is, and like you said, David, like all games are artistic in their own way. I mean, look at Rise; it looks really nice, and you got games like Destiny that look really nice, and
yeah, I think when I say
nice
just artistic, just one that stands out to you, maybe.
stands out.
In particular, that's unique in the art. For instance, Jordan, I know you were way into Borderlands. That's a unique
that was
type of
actually
art
really cool. The
style.
reason I like that because I like comic books. They're over there
Yeah.
as well. But yeah, it was a comic booky art style, which was really cool. And hey, Borderlands the pre-sequel is coming out. So
Yeah.
just-
Yeah, well, and what I felt was kind of unique about that game when the first one came out was it was very RPG oriented, and it was first person shooter at the same time. I don't think was there a game like that before that? They kind of made that main
more
Yeah, they
mainstream,
kinda-
yeah.
because it
Well, it
was-
was a traditional first-person shooter because I think
with
you
like
had
skill trees and stuff.
Yeah.
so
skill
it's
trees,
kind of a
skill
mixture of
trees,
both.
and criticals, and loot, and the weapons were. I mean, I think they said 2 million different kinds of weapons.
No, like, I
that
think
could
the
be
trailer was like
created.
over a bajillion
Yeah,
zillion.
because it was generated
An auto
weapons.
generator, yeah.
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 So I think that was a game that I would say was artistic and was, I don't know, out above some others because it tried something new kind
Yeah.
of a thing.
And-
I don't know if that's where you're wanting to go with
No,
this,
no,
David,
just anything. I mean, art is in the eye of the beholder, right? So just anything that really stuck out at you. Because Child of Light, I don't know what it is about that game, and it probably, who knows if it'll be great or if it'll suck. Either way, it could go either way at this point. But it's just one of those games that gives me that feeling right now, like, I want to play this. This is artistic, right?
Okay, yeah, I think I got an answer for you. A game
Okay,
that
go
stuck
ahead.
out to me artistic-wise,
Go
and
ahead,
you'll
please.
probably all laugh at me.
Please,
Well,
go
we
ahead.
do anyways.
Oh,
So.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
So and this is just because it was kind of the first time it ever happened, really. And that was Bad Company 1.
Uh-huh, okay.
And just because it looked good and just the destruction and stuff, I mean, from a technical standpoint and an art standpoint, that stood out to me. Just like, because never before were you allowed to go, oh, hey, look, there's a guy in a building. Let's shoot him. And,
Let's
in
blow up the
Battlefield, you're
building.
like, oh, hey, there's a guy in a building. Mark, shoot that guy with a tank and blow up the building.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I guess.
Yeah,
that
there
probably
is
doesn't make sense.
something to be
But from an
said.
art, I like that.
Yeah,
that
I will
stood
say,
out to
I will
me.
never forget the feeling the first time I had when I was sitting there and trees are falling down all around me. It was like,
Yeah, as a
oh
Spartan,
man, this is awesome.
I don't know if that's like
No, I could see that. No,
Props.
definitely. I mean, that it's definitely art is in the eye of the beholder. How about you, Mark Ashley?
I want to say Batman Arkham City.
Nice, very nice pick.
Like you
I
think
like
of like
that.
the fight sequences and things like that, like when you're just beating up a whole gang of losers down on the street.
Losers.
Like it kind of gives you the old comic book, the pow, the wham,
Yeah.
But
Not only that, I love the grunge dark
Yeah.
art that they use, art
and
style
then
that they
flying
used in
through
that.
the city, or I guess
Gliding.
sailing through the city, gliding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
that
I
is
got
cool.
Superman mixed up for a second.
Yeah, yeah, that is cool. Cool, good pick. And last but not least, Mark Haywood, what you've had some time to think?
I've had plenty of time to think, and this is a hard one. This is a real hard one for me because if I were to have to choose a game that I felt was artistic, I would have to say, just Rockstar. Their artwork on the cover of the games, their artwork, they do the painted comic book style when you're loading screens. And we can go back to San Andreas. We can go back to the first Xbox or any game after that. Grand Theft Auto 4, the storyline, the art style, and that's my opinion on just the console. Granted, those were released, I think, on other consoles as well. But I would have to say, as far as mainstream games, Rockstar does a really good job artistically, story-driven. They add the coolest music libraries that you've ever heard of when you can listen to them in the radio. I mean, I remember running people over on the countryside in my pickup truck listening to Johnny Cash, and I didn't want to even play the actual storyline game, which was awesome. I just loved, listening to the music, going over kind of thing. I get immersed. I felt as though Rockstar does a really good job artistically. Outside of that, this is outside of the Xbox genre. I would have to say independent indie games does a really good job artistically. Like Super Meat Boy was Hotline Miami's way unique. I don't know if any listeners have played those games. The music in FTL or Meat Boy or Binding of Isaac. I think the independent scene.
Oh yeah, or Journey. That's one that was
Journey,
just talked about in the chat here.
any-
Journey. There's a good independent game. Or Flower is one too. I know that's on the PlayStation, but
I feel as though the blockbuster hits don't have, outside of Rockstar, don't have as much artistic ability. Not ability. I don't know
Freedom?
if freedom. Thank you. That's the word. I feel as though independent games, that's where the artists go to do what they want, and so you hear that in the music, and I love the electronic music that comes out of those games. I am just a massive fan of games simply because they're outside of the box, and they artistically, I get it because I'm a graphic designer, I'm a videographer, that's what I do for a living. I get inspiration in my work from those kind of games.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a hard question for me, because I take this seriously, David. Okay. So that's my answer.
no, that's good. Well, what's ironic about Child of Light is it's actually it's being published by Ubisoft, right? And that's what's so unique. And it's a small 20-man team publishing it, yet it has this very indie look. And I wonder if that will be kind of the future of big-time publishers going with smaller teams. If we're going to see EA come out with these kind of games, or even Rockstar,
Yeah, I had this discussion actually today. I believe it was with Marks in chat on Twitter. He played a game. Was it? oh, I don't know what, I can't remember. I don't know. But I really love the 8-bit style games that come out as well. And those aren't as you don't see those as often inside of the mainstream. Those are a lot of the independent scene, I think. And I love 8-bit art. I really do.
No,
I
it
think
is.
it's freaking awesome.
It is.
Speaking of Marks, look at what he said in chat, by the way, David. Look at the game.
Oh,
he
I know.
mentioned.
Don't even get me started on Red Dead Redemption. Speaking of audio, I remember I just killed a cougar up in tall trees, and this music started to play because it was this big part in the story, and I was just riding down next to the stream as this modern cowboy, badass music was played, and I was just, oh, it was great. Talk about art. That was art, baby.
So, yeah,
that was art.
Mercenary Kings. That's right. That's what he played. So it's on I believe it's on PS4 arcade or whatever their version of the arcade. That's what we were having a discussion. It's freaking awesome. Mark's mentioned that in chat. It's an 8-bit game that has RPG elements, side scroller, very cool looking game.
Cool.
So I
Cool
love
beans.
that crap. So yeah.
Cool
That's
beans.
my answer.
Awesome.
Long, bloated answer. My
Okay.
bad. I'm done.
Okay, last but not least, we are on the current generation. How long has it been out now? 6 months? Has it been out that long? Xbox One?
Since November, right?
Remember?
November. So
November, December, January, March, April.
Close enough.
almost 6 months now. Let's start with Mark Ashley on this one. Last question of the day. Have you beat any of the current Xbox One games? If so, which one? And what would you rate it? Or ones. It doesn't have to be plural. We could use plural for ones. Mark Ashley, what have you beaten?
Rise. Beat
Rise.
That one.
And we already talked about the gamer score in that, Rise.
Yeah.
Have you beaten any other ones on the Xbox One?
Trying to think. So I played Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag.
Did you beat
guess-
the main story in that one?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
Awesome.
It was, and I actually enjoyed that game a lot.
Yeah, that is a fun game. Funnest part in
But I
that
didn't-
game, the ships.
Yeah, yeah. And trying to take on the legendary ships, man, it wasn't even worth it. I got destroyed every time I even got close to it.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, see ya. But
So you have beaten
two
Rise
games.
and Assassin's Creed. And what is your rating? What would you give Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
I thought it was actually a lot of fun, because I didn't play the first couple Assassin's Creeds. I just played like the third one a little bit.
Oh,
and I
okay.
didn't finish
Uh-huh.
that. So I would probably, I don't know, I'd give it an 8 at least.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was pretty good too.
fun. Especially, I think I would give it higher actually because of the ships, being able to sail and attack other ships, and that was really the best part of the whole game.
Yeah. And for the record, we all played Titanfall. You can't really beat that game. I mean, I guess you can max out.
Well, you
A
can
generation.
If
we do,
victories on both campaigns.
Yeah, oh, okay. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, Jordan, what about you? What games have you beaten so far
I'm
on
counting
the Xbox?
Titanfall because I have the
Xbox
achievements
One.
for victory on both campaigns.
Actually, maybe instead of Jordan, because Jordan's probably beaten the most out of all of us. So maybe we'll go to Mark first. Mark.
Well, I think Mark's beating the same amount as me.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh,
come
well,
on.
hey, okay then. I just didn't want Jordan to steal everyone's thunder. So, okay, go ahead, Jordan. What games have you beaten? Titanfall, you count that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, because of the achievement thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I can see that.
What was the question again? What in the Xbox One?
Yeah,
have
what games so far have you beaten?
Dude, I just bought the Xbox a month ago for Titanfall. All I have is Titanfall and Legos.
Well, didn't
And
you
we
beat
just-
what's the zombie game you guys are
Dead
playing?
Rising.
Dead Rising?
Oh,
I'm gonna pull that up again. That was a fun game.
Yeah.
I did. Okay. I give that game. It depends on your aspect. I don't know. I give that game a 9, man. That
Really?
Game's freaking awesome. And
Wow.
I give it a 9 for fun factor. That's what
Yeah.
not because of the awesome graphics or the billions of zombies. And the graphics aren't that great.
No,
especially
they're
with-
kind of like current Xbox 360 graphics.
But and I, full disclosure, I did not play this game alone. I played the entire campaign with this guy right below me, right there. We played that together, and I was laughing my head off the entire time. So, a 9 because it's a fun game, and that's why I play games. So, how's that? That's my
I like that. Nice, very nice. And Jordan, so what games have What games have you beaten so far?
Well, I beat Rise. I'm counting Titanfall because I got those 2 achievements.
Yeah,
So-
I guess technically that's correct though. I mean, there is technically a campaign mode that you can
So,
unlock the achievement if you play all of them and win all of them. So.
I beat Metal Gear Solid 4, but that was an hour, if that.
And have you rated
Um,
that previously? Didn't you? What'd you give that? An 8 before?
Yeah, I gave it an 8, and I stand by it.
Okay, cool.
I still give it an 8. It's very short. It's a little pricey, but the gameplay's solid and the story's good.
Nice. What else?
I haven't beaten Peggle yet. I'm trying to think of all the games I have. I played a little Killer Instinct. You can't really beat that game. But Dead Rising 3, I beat that one, and that one is fun. And I agree with Mark. I would give it a 9 as well. But, like you said, that's co-op. I mean, if you were to play by yourself, it would still be fun, but not as fun. That is definitely...
Made
Go buy it
for
with a friend
friends. Yeah.
and play
Okay.
it. Yeah.
It's made for co-op. I mean, it's so okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna upload some game footage that I recorded with the Kinect. We talked about that earlier, the 30-second thing,
Uh-huh.
and try to watch this video without laughing your head off.
Okay.
The motorcycle one?
The motorcycle
Oh.
one is the funniest thing
No,
I've ever.
so it's a fun, and I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't really that into the story. It's not like the story's all that great, but
the
it's
boss
just
characters-
so fun to play. It's just
I
you have
know.
a good time.
It's I mean, because you can't take the game seriously. There's no way. You're going through these cutscenes because you can wear outfits that you find around town.
Uh-huh.
And Jordan, half the game wore some
Lingerie
lingerie slut outfit, and so we're going through
with
these
aviators.
with aviator glasses on, you know. And I'm wearing this big
Oh,
old
man.
Lego head kind of a thing, and some tights or whatever.
That
and it
is
does
funny.
The cutscenes in the outfits that
You're
you're
wearing.
No.
So you cannot. You're going through this intense dialogue about zombies or whatever, you know, and then you're
Yeah.
wearing this slutty outfit and you're a dude. I don't know.
There was a good 2 weeks where we played that for a few hours every night just to beat the. It was fun. It's definitely. I recommend that one for a buy, if you have a friend to play it with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Myself, I have not yet beaten a game on the Xbox One. I mean, but you got to think, I'm a multiplayer guy, so I play Madden. I don't play normal seasons on Madden. I play online only. I mean, so I guess you could kind of count. I mean, I play games differently. The only games that I will play will be story-driven games. Rise, I will beat. That one I will beat.
You're almost done,
Titanfall is a
too.
multiplayer game, so I mean, that one you don't really beat. And Madden, I play that as a multiplayer. Don't really beat. Forza, I guess you could beat that game, but once again, it's geared towards multiplayer, so you don't really beat Forza either.
Well, you can go through like every circuit and stuff.
Yeah,
and
but-
unlock cars, but I don't know.
About just improving yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's a beatable game.
Yeah, and so that's me, the style of games. Probably Rise will be the first one that I beat, and I just started picking that up. But
Did
I'm
you
looking.
finish Assassin's Creed?
No, I made it
You
probably
got close.
80% through the main storyline
Before you got sick of it and
before
traded it in?
before I was tired of jumping on towers and doing eagle
Synchronizing
vision,
yourself.
That's too bad.
synchronizing.
That's too bad.
It was a fun game while I had it, but I've never been a big Assassin's Creed guy for the main story, anyways. So once again, I played that primarily multiplayer as well. That's just how I play, with the exception of Skyrim's, your Red Dead Redemptions, your story-driven games. So yeah, that's my pedigree, everyone.
How was the Assassin's Creed multiplayer?
It was good when you could find people, but the problem with when I had it, it was brand new game, new generation. Most people had it, I would imagine, on the 360 and the
360,
PlayStation 3,
yeah.
and so finding games were not. I bet you now you could find more games
Yeah.
Okay.
than when I had it. So, but it was fun. I mean, it was just like, what was the Assassin's Creed that first introduced the multiplayer? Brotherhood. It was like that, but better.
I think.
I mean, it was the same concept, but an improvement on it. So I did really like that. But, anyways, there you go. Well, with that, let's get out of here. Mark Haywood, what are you up to this week, and where can people find you? And I think we froze for a minute with Mark Haywood, actually. Oh, there we go. You are back. We're getting a little Skypey over there.
Hello, hello.
There you
am
go.
I here?
You're there. Go ahead. Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry. Sorry, everyone.
I was like,
Well,
"What are you playing, Mark?"
And
Crickets.
that's what I'm playing. So there you go. No, I think I'm gonna play a little bit of Lego, and I
Cool.
want to get further, because I want to unlock people. I don't know. I want to have fun with that game. It was hard to do that on the couch cast because it was very Michael Bay-ish, and there was no stopping, relaxing. So
Yeah, and once you get to the open world, that'll be pretty sweet.
yeah. So yeah, you can. Oh, and I'm gonna play Arma 3 because I have some mods on that I really enjoy. That's a PC-based game, but those two and Hearthstone, just to get the dailies. But I will be. Oh, and Titanfall. Why am I not mentioning that?
Yeah,
Everybody here is gonna play a little bit. Of
Yeah,
Titanfall.
of course. That game. I hadn't played it all week, and I replayed it today, and I was playing it with Mark Ashley. And as Mark, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, why have I not played this for a week? I
whole
freaking
time.
love this game."
I know it's so good, but if you guys want to, any listeners want to play with me or watch my stream, I always tweet out when I'm about to broadcast, and so you can follow me at Mr. McSpicy or go to Twitch but twitch.tv/Mr. McSpicy. That's where you can find me, and I would love to play with you if you guys have Arma, if you have even Lego. That's online. Gamer tag. I'll throw in the gamer tag in the notes so you guys can add me if you want that. But you're more than welcome to play with me. I love gaming, so for sure. That's me.
Awesome. Yeah, Mark Ashley, how about you? What will you be up to this week, and where can people find you at?
Right here, because I'm Batman. Or should I say Gotham City?
Gotham City.
Gotham City.
I'll be doing Titanfall this week. A little bit of Rust as well, just because our server's finally gone back to raiding and PvP. And so I've got to protect my castle.
Hey, Mark, do they do any types on your server?
I think they already did one before I even started in it, so hopefully they won't do it for a little while because
'Cause
that was
that's
a lot of freaking
That was
work.
a lot of work to make Tower of Sauron.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of lost the Tower of Sauron. Now I've got like a helicopter.
So
behind it on top,
let me nail you down on a specific on Titanfall. Will you be the next time we hear from you? Will you be Generation 4?
Well, for the last 2 weeks I did a generation per week, but I'm hoping to, as long as I can do really good on Titans. I also kind of want to do Thief again this week, so I might just go rent that. But I don't know. Are we doing that Thursday?
That might be our couch cast. Yeah,
That might
will
be.
we'll
So
de-
maybe
we'll
I'll-
tweet that out to everyone what our couch cast will be for the week. But
Okay. Well, I might be streaming Thief Thursday or Friday morning, I guess. But I'll be doing Rust and Titanfall. Mostly just Titanfall though, because Titanfall is awesome.
yeah,
You
we're-
guys can check me out Twitch, Rad Like My Dad, Twitter, Rad Like My Dad. Also give us a shout out for our Facebook at X1 Bros, and that is me.
and Jordan, how about you? What are you up to, and where can people find you?
I'll of course playing Titanfall throughout the week. I'll probably load in Forza just to grab the new DLC. play at Long
LBC.
Beach.
LBC.
Play a little Long Beach. I'll do that, and yeah, this week I think it's just going to be between Titanfall and I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3. So I know
Nice.
that's not Xbox, but it's Windows, so I'm going to count it.
No, we can play whatever. We can play
So-
it's news, and we're gamers, man.
So yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3. I'm really liking it. Can't wait for it to come out on the consoles.
Oh,
I'll be
cannot wait.
buying-
I'll be
buying it
all
for
over
the
that.
consoles and redoing all my characters.
I'll be all over that like pea stains on a mattress.
But
Yeah. Mention that, Jordan. Characters don't transfer. That's
oh yeah,
actually
if you're
important to know.
like me and you have, I only have 2 level 70s.
Only.
Charles Hart.
I've only spent
Sorry,
300
I'm
hours
not
in
that
that game.
hardcore.
It's been a slow week. So, but if you're looking like myself, I want to buy it for the consoles because I like that game. I want to play it with Mark, David, and Mark. If you're playing on the PC, your characters do not transfer to the console, which was a bummer for me. But if you played on the 360 or the PlayStation 3, your characters will transfer up to the new consoles.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that is good to know.
So that's good to know for those guys.
For those
not
guys, yeah,
PC
who are
guys.
involved in that.
So,
Awesome. And where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at JordTheMan_XOB, and then you can follow me on Twitch at JordTheMan_X1Bros. And then if you want to find me on Xbox, it's just JordTheMan. You can just send me a friend request. Let me know you're from the show. I wouldn't mind playing a little Spartan Assault or anything with you guys.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Awesome. Myself, I plan to Titanfall. Obviously, I want to get to Generation 3. And maybe try and catch Mark on that. Who knows? I don't think it's going to happen.
Not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
And then this week, actually, I'm going to hit streaming hard. So Tuesday night and probably Monday night. And if it has to be Wednesday night, but I want to beat Rise, and I want to stream that. Got a pretty good reception on Twitch. A lot of people were curious about it, and I love that game. So Rise is going to be my focus this week.
Cool. Good to hear.
So you can look for me, X1 Bros, this channel here on Twitch TV, X1 Bros, Twitter, X1 Bros, Facebook, X1 Bros, YouTube, X1 Bros. That's where we're all at. So check us out there. All right, good show, everyone. That is us for the day. Remember to go to iTunes if you guys are listening to this through iTunes, even if you're not. Go over to iTunes, rate us, and leave a comment. It helps us out. That would be fantastic. Marks a lot to go over to iTunes and do that for us. Thank you for listening to us and joining us on Twitch in the live chat. We will be here next Friday. And remember, we are all Xbox One all the time. Look us up, Twitter us, tweet us. I don't know, that's the verb tweet, I guess. Tweet us, message us, Facebook us, and email us, info@x1bros.com, and we will see you guys later.